Saturday with Ted continues on News Talk 1010. To the program. It is 2:20 now, News Talk 1010. My guest is the founder and the CEO of Step by Step advocacy group for organ and tissue donation, and he knows of what he is talking about himself, being the recipient of a liver some years ago. He has written a series of books about his life, and I'm going to take parts of it just to give you a little idea of our friend George Marcello. These are written in his words. It's the story of an Italian-Canadian boy growing up in Toronto's Little Italy in 1955. The neighborhood is similar to any New York's Italian neighborhoods or any of those in the USA. It's agreed that, quote, if you are an Italian growing up in an Italian neighborhood, your life will resemble a cast member for Sopranos or a cast member for Everyone Loves Raymond. There is no other choice. Before he hits his teens, he grows up reflecting a member of Everyone Loves Raymond, working 3 jobs a day, and a good Catholic boy. At 13, he transforms his life by admiring the local wise guys. He starts hanging around with a gang of other Italian kids. They play sports, share stories of the abuse their parents took from manja cake or cake eaters, Canadians, English people, non-Italians. Their parents were called wops and greaseballs. It's the late 60s during the peak of the hippie era, and they looked for revenge at school dances. Most of their victims were young hippies wearing their tie-dye t-shirts. These were the times rich in hallucination, drugs, love, and peace, and our young Italian gang mimicked their heroes, the wise guys, in their styles of walk, dress, and attire and manners. At 13, they steal limousines from funeral homes and flash themselves by driving up to popular nightclubs in downtown Toronto. We watch 15 young Italian boys come out of their limo, dressed like wise guys and acting like wise guys and flashing their wads of cash. Like the draft picks, the old mob guys start recruiting the gang, and instead of selling the drugs, they begin using them, and starting from hallucinations to heroin before they hit 16. Our young Italian gets caught in a huge undercover heroin roundup. He gets penitentiary time. He is the 4th youngest inmate. He was streetwise but new to jail life. He begins his jail term feeling lucky. Jail was overcrowded and he thinks he's put in a range full of girls. He never met dry queens on the street. He gets moved and soon brags to the wise guys. They get a big laugh. Them broads are dry queens, kid. Like a son, they watch his back as our Italian survives incident after incident. Jail becomes his second home as he keeps going in and out for the next 15 years due to his compulsive heroin addiction. I'm getting rescued, not arrested. He claims to be the biggest heroin addict in Toronto. At 30, he's looking at 20 years for a drug charge. His life at the bottom of all bottoms and plans an escape from the courthouse where he was going to trial every day. That morning as he plans his escape, he changes from his jailhouse blues to his wise guy suit. They overpower a guard, grab the keys, and our jailbird is a mere few feet from freedom. But he freezes, not from fear. He tells his co-accused to leave without him. He can't figure out what happened. He doesn't understand as he goes back to the jail cell. The news of the escape is all over the news. He tells the other inmates that he doesn't want to talk about it because he can't make any sense of it. His co-accused gets caught 10 days later and the verdict gets delivered 2 months later. Not guilty. He can't believe it. But he is in a state of confusion. Big changes are happening and he can't understand it. He begins praying at night, listening to the TV gospels, wanting to be saved by talking to a TV as if really there. 2 years later, he finds his way to a drug treatment and begins his recovery journey. Struggles with words like feelings, honesty, but the wise guy drug lifestyles begin shedding. Italian style recovery. And then you begin on your venture, which has taken you around the world, walking to raise funds and walking to raise awareness for organ donation. George Marcello, how are you?
Ted, that was a bright introduction.
Well,
I couldn't see anybody doing it better than you.
Just move into the microphone a little bit there. We only have another couple of minutes here, but you've written 5 of these books.
There's a 5-book series, and that was book 1, like an excerpt from book 1.
Right.
Because it gets right into the detail about how it was growing up in Toronto. And I try and not leave anything out. As you know, I don't glorify the dark parts of it. And I try and get the audience to understand what happened to me while I was growing up and what led me to step by step, the roads that I had to take and everything. And so in the next series, which would be book 2, that's where it would begin my I would call it my organ donation crusade. But before that, I was like a drug counselor, Ted. Like I literally must have helped over 1,000 people, and we helped create the original Narcotics Anonymous in Toronto. At the beginning, there was maybe about 50 of us. Now there's over 5,000. So those years were very important to me. Those were my spiritual growing years, where I just really, and these weren't words, a lot of people were talking, but I was walking to talk, not talking. There was a lot of volunteer work I was doing every day and just making sure I could do whatever I could to help somebody. My whole life just changed towards those good things. And I just had this passion, and it was natural that all the people at the treatment center, when they seen me changing, they said, "You're going somewhere. You're going to be doing a lot of work." And they could have seen I was hungry, and I was drawing all from gratitude. Ted, everything came from gratitude. I kept thanking God for every day I had. This new life was so great. So what I'm trying to do now, Ted, is as you know, I'm suffering with terminal kidney disease. I have 10% of my kidney function, and what's keeping me alive right now is
What's caused that?
Well, I'm going to talk. I hope people do read my book, because I don't want to put a bad thing on this, but it was the anti-rejection drugs that I had to take for my transplant. The long-term use of these drugs cause a lot of stuff, including eating up your kidney the way it has done to me. So that's the culprit. But I need to tell everybody that's listening that is a recipient to listen to your doctor and don't start dropping those anti-rejection drugs. You can start weaning off them if possible, if your doctor allows it, but do not get off those because that's what's going to keep your life alive. I know it's ironic that it'll end up hurting you afterwards, but to me, it's given me over 20 years. So if people want to find out more about your work that you've done and more about the book, is there a website they can go to? Yeah, it's www.torchoflife.com. And what I'm hoping people will do, I'm like 95% finished my 5-series book. I'm on the last few chapters. I would like them to make a donation to our charity and you'll get the books. You'll get the books emailed because they're in e format. I couldn't have book produced because we don't have any money to do that.
Yeah.
So it's all in e-format, e-books they call it now. And so they'll get all 5 copies, and it'll help keep our charity going.
There's a lot of things that have replaced the publications, newspaper, magazines that are online
This
now.
must be a lot for you because you're used to the old stuff. Eh?
I'm used to it all now. It'd be www.stepbystep.com.
It's torchoflife.com.
Oh, okay, Torch of Life. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's
Torchoflife.com. George Marcello. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
All the best.
I'll be a Superman.
Oh, yeah. You my man, you my man, you my Superman. You my man, you my man, you my Superman. Fly me away, fly me high, take me low, anywhere you wanna go. Now let me tell you about my man and how he holds my hand. He got me feeling these feelings I can't describe. He always comes through. It's just a matter of time.
I'll be a Superman.
Faster than the speed of light. I got that kryptonite. I'm gonna make you eat tonight. 'Cause you my man, you my man, you my Superman. You my man, you my man, you my Superman. Fly me away, fly me high, take me low, anywhere you wanna go. You my man, you my Superman. Here by my side, holding me tight. I can face the world, not just today, but tomorrow. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm so in love with you. You got me feeling these feelings I can't describe. Not a bird, not a plane, it's my hero. Come to save the day.
I'll be a Superman.
It's not a bird, not a plane, it's my hero. Come to save the day. Fly me high, take me low, anywhere you wanna go. He's my superhero. 'Cause you my man, you my man, you my Superman. You my man, you my man, you my Superman. Fly me away, fly me high, take me low, anywhere you wanna go. You my man, you my Superman. Now all my ladies, clap your hands,
Come on.
and all my fellas, do the same.
Come on.
Hey oh, 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 hey
light shines through the room, and kneeling body struggles for the view. With dreams and wishes and prayers, no one should wait for a second chance at life. It's not fair, no.
I lived so long, helped so hard to find, but not impossible takes faith and time.
But step by step there is hope, awareness growing to those
who can make the difference, go the distance and pass on the torch of life. While emptiness looms in the air, a family's loss seems more than they can bear. But from love comes the strength to pass it on, a gift of life that once was there. Life's road is winding,
journeys start
step by step finding.
have a chance of living
There
on.
could be no greater wealth. Your final gift is life itself. Your choice may help the family cope. One loss, another's hope.
In 1995, I was told I only had a couple of days to live. My first thoughts were, why me, God? Today I'm still alive because a very special family gave me that precious gift of life. That's why I'm walking 12,000 kilometers across Canada to say thank you and hopefully provide life for others.
For each step one person takes to choose life for another's sake, making dreams for life come true. It's a personal thing, it's a choice for you, yeah. For each step one person takes to choose life for another's sake, making dreams for life come true. It's a personal thing, it's a choice for you, yeah.